Opio, ballet. Somebody else, it's starting to go. Let the people down the alley. Now see Baba do the daddy. Hey, the Baba do wait for me. Come on, like me, don't be not because I suffer from it. Not because I pray and fast. No be your show, no be shy. I'm watching. Hey, what's in that shit? I'm not what's in that shit. One man, what's in that shit? I'm watching. What's in that shit? Mama, what's in that shit? What's in that shit? I'm watching. You know you don't get here. We'll be there yet plenty to. So now I want to ask you the question for you. What is your advice to people when you say they won't go to by fire by force? My humble father, Sinachi. My loving daughter, Sinachi. My baby mama, Sinachi. Tele Momodu, Sinachi. No be by force to go Dubai. I've been waiting cause the fight. And I just made my own day laugh, yeah. Because the God is take my side. They want to take away my favor. They want to spoil my career. And then I say I get the flavor. You fit taxi na banya. I go give a life for that. Baba God is not the best. My papa just buy the jet. I'm about to take off everywhere. What's in that shit? What's in that shit? One lemon, what's in that shit? I'm watching. What's in that shit? Mama, what's in that shit? What's in that shit? I'm watching. I go name my first daughter Sinachi. My loving mother Sinachi. Promotion letter Sinachi. Yeah, want me Sinachi. Now we shutting down Malaysia. Every show the boy they come. Thank you Lord, you showed me love. Now I know I'm not alone. I go sing praises from house to church. I go chop party for every town. See my motor, see my mouth. Tell me why I no go shout. Not because I suffer past. Not because I pray and fast. Not because I should not be that. I'm watching. What's in that shit? What's in that shit? One lemon, what's in that shit? I'm watching. What's in that shit? Mama, what's in that shit? What's in that shit? I'm watching. And I thank the Lord we oversee me. And I thank the Lord for humble me. And I thank the Lord they give me power. Oh, and I thank the Lord for all the riches. And they pray for house you give me mansion. And they pray for car you give me phantom. And they pray for fans you give me Saturn. Oh, if they show me love, you don't be like. But first when you give me, you tell my family, it's not true. If not because I am for them, forever we go give back the glory. We travel, they go, they come. Everything we do, they prosper. Not because you're not the same. All is like the rest of the world. Let the people beyond the alley. Now we keep Baba do the daddy. Any Baba do it for me. Never like me, don't make me. Not because I suffer from it. Not because I pray and fast. Not be a show, not be that. I'm watching. What's in that shit? What's in that shit? One lemon, what's in that shit? I'm watching. What's in that shit? Mama, what's in that shit? What's in that shit? I'm watching.
Yes. Akarakam Sinachi. I'm Nemford, good evening, Nemford. Good evening, Chinaza. Osikwa. Osinachi. Yes. Queen Understanding. Longest time no see, Queen. How are you? Chichi Hollis. Good evening, Chichi Hollis. How are you? And Princess Oni, sweetest of all hearts, my new lovely. Yes, we need to start. We need to start as quickly as possible. I want to say once again, good evening. Good evening, IOM family. Good evening to each and every one of you. Tonight, we are indeed continuing our, all right, 1 minute. Yes, so tonight, we are continuing our talk on men's rights and human rights. Yes, last week it was a fierce debate. Yes, it was indeed a fierce debate because it appears as if men's rights are not human rights. What we hear is it has been a man's world. Yes, it has been. And so, therefore, they should give us a chance. I don't know what that means. I know everyone should have equal opportunity. We are all talking about equality as if equality is a woman. But tonight, we need to talk about the man. Men also need support. I have some questions and answers for every one of us. But before we do, I want to play a video. Remember, last week, we played a video, and the video was a baby crying, a baby boy crying. And I wanted to know if you got the gist. The gist was boys or men also cry, but society teaches them not to cry. Today, today, I want to play another video. And again, I need you to pay attention to the video. I will ask you what happened in the video. So I will be playing the video shortly. Please pay very much attention to the video and tell me what you got, the gist of the video. All right, so I will go behind and play the video.
बंद करो
So, did you get the gist of the video? Who got the gist? What did you understand from the video? Let me see. What did you understand from the video? Victoria Oluchukwu, how are you doing today? Fantastic. Baby boy crying. Nobody cried in the video. Baba Lola, nobody cried. Why am I talking? So they were doing him to cry. Fantastic. Yes, that is true. Baby refused to cry. I remember baby refused to cry. But I think I like what the baby must cry. Yes, I like that. Yes. So that is it. I think you all got the gist, and it's obvious. It's obvious. You all got the gist. The baby is between life and death. And they are trying to save the baby. I would say that if you I'm looking at your comments, and honestly is indeed what they are trying to do. But if you look at how they were worried, I want you to look at them. Probably I'll play the video again. Let me play the video of the second part. The second part.
बंद करो
Yeah. Exactly. I will stop here. So you see, they were indeed, I'll remove it because of, they were indeed very worried. Very, very worried. If you look at them, they were doing everything. The baby was born and the baby did not cry. Yes, as you can see, is a baby boy. But some baby girls also, both boys and girls, sometimes babies don't cry. So they need to make the baby to cry because they need them to cry to help them breathe, to help them live. Otherwise, it will be drastic. So they were definitely worried. And when this baby boy, as you saw, did not cry, they patted him, they nudged him, they did everything to make him cry. And because, why did they do that? Because they knew a baby's cry means life. It means he's alive. He's human. He's here. But think about it. Fam members, I want you to think about what the society does to this same boy. You see the boy they are trying to make to cry. You see how they are hitting him, patting him, everything. Yeah, you see what they are doing to him. However, when this same boy grows up, when he grows up, he's taught to hold back tears. He's taught to swallow his pain. He's taught never to show his hurting. When he grows into a man, he stops crying because everything, he needs to stop crying. The society teaches him to stop crying. I want to ask family members, I want to ask you some questions before we dive into today's main topic. Let me ask you a question. Fam members, is a sad one, but true or false? I want you to be honest with your answers as well. You know, I always ask for honesty. True or false? Can you read what, 1 minute? I want to take some. So true or false? Human rights should be more for women than men. True or false? Men also sweat. So the question now is, true or false? Human rights should be more for women than for men. True or false? Oni said false. Ziti said false. Oni said even when he refused to cry at death, they make sure he cried because they realize that only a living thing can cry. But the moment he grows, they turn us into a beast, saying men don't cry. Thank you. So true or false? Human rights is more for women than men. Oluwapo said true. Chijoke said false, equal both. Talks Los Angeles rep said false. And Precious said false. Mama said okay. Onyekachi said true. And Modube Comfort said false. Bami said a newborn who was beaten to cry out, it means man must cry, period. All right, so the next question. The next question, please, I need you to be honest. This is not a joking matter, please. Question number 2. Yes or no? Men need less emotional support than women. Yes or no? This is what you think, not what is happening. I'm asking you to find out what you think. Yes or no? Men need less emotional support than women. Only said no. Nofisat, welcome back, said true. Okay, you're still answering the other. Agnes said no. Favumi said yes. Efosa said no. Defense said yes. Presoni said no. Victoria, welcome back, said no. Ziti said yes. Victoria Luchukwu is a go. Modupe Comfort. Vicky said yes, because they are stronger than women, period. Nelford said no. Defense said yes. All right. I'm just speaking randomly. All right. So I saw one. Where is it? They are just flying. Okay. Sunday Bukola, good evening. He said no. All right. Question number 3. Choose one. Choose one. Who is more likely to suffer in silence, male or female? Who is more likely to suffer in silence? Is it man or woman? Sheol said yes. Who is more likely to suffer in silence? Only said male. Rifkatu said male. Fabumi said male. Agnes said male. Tok said male. Ziti said male. So if you think male suffer in silence more, I want to go back to question number 2 because I'm shocked that everybody is saying male. I've not seen female. Let me continue to look. Tok said male. And Bamiyi said men. Everybody said men. Everybody, Khadija said men. Agnes said men. Nafisat said men. And if this answer to number 3, you say that men suffer in silence, then when I said men need less emotional support, you said yes. The same men that you feel suffer in silence, they don't need emotional support. I will ask the question number 2 again. I shouldn't do this, but I'm shocked to see that you all said men suffer in silence, yet you said they don't need emotional support. Question number 2, I'm not telling you to change your mind. I just want you to understand the question. Yes or no? Men need less emotional support than women. Yes or no? Question number 2. Only say no, they also feel pain. Vicky said, okay, ma, following. Musurat said no. Rivkatu said no. Victoria said no. Waru said yes. They need less. They don't need any support. They don't. Beatrice said yes. They need less emotional support. Jesse said, my comment is hanging. Jesse, wake up from bed. Your comment is not hanging. Mansu said, they need emotional support. And Agnes said, I said no to number 2. Fabumi said yes before, but now she said no, which is good. I don't think Bamiyi understands the question because Bamiyi, what the question is asking, I'll tell you. Do men need no support for emotional well-being? You said yes, they don't need support. Nofisa said men suffer most in silence. Therefore, they need support. I agree. Thank you very much. So the question number 4 says, true or false, women's rights should always be prioritized over men's rights. True or false, women's rights is more important than men's rights. True or false? Oni said false. Nofisat said no. IOM founder, Mama, most of men have high blood pressure. And it's true. My dad does. And a lot of men die of heart attack. My uncles did. Agnes said no. I think Connie is still on question number 3. Let me read the question again. Question number 4 says, true or false, women's rights should always be prioritized over men's rights. False, Fabumi. False, Chijioke. Ziti said the reason men suffer in silence is whenever they are in bad situation. No one will hearken onto their voices because they are men and they won't even bother to say their mind out because of shame. Zitis, that is correct. And that is why we are here today. Thank you. Oni said false. Nofisat went back again to say true. Momo said false. Agnes said false. Now, question number 5. Choose one. Choose one. Choose one. Who does society listen to more, men or women? Who does society listen to more, men or women? I repeat, who does society listen to more, men or women? Wahala Deo. The question is flying. Women, Eunice said. Woman, Alaku said. Ziti said women, and it's true. Only still saying false for the other question. Bami said women. Only said women. Oluchi said women. Oluwa said women. Agnes said women. Nemfort said women. And IOM Daddy said women. Now, I'll be very fast. Question number 6 is remaining 2 more questions to go. Yes or no? Women's rights movement should take priority over men's rights movement. Yes or no? Women's rights movement should take priority over men's rights movement. This question says yes or no. Agnes said no. Christiana said no. Onyinye Kachi said women, still answering previous question. Sunday Bukola said no. Oh, my own sister said women, and it's true. People listen to women more than men. Modupe Comfort said no. Ziti said no. Wow. Fabumi said no. Wow, I'm surprised. Sunday Bukola said no. So you said no. Women's rights movement shouldn't take priority over men's rights movement. I saw a yes. Jesse said yes. Women's rights movement should take priority. Oni said yes. And Dami said no. All right, let's ask question number 7. It's remaining 1 more question. True or false? When we talk about human rights, women's needs should come first. That's the same. Let me go to the last question. So the last question said, choose one. Which gender is more often denied emotional freedom? Is it A or B? Which gender do we stop to cry, stop to feel emotion? Men or women? Men. Men. Women. False. Men, Monserrat. All right, I have gotten fairly good understanding on what you feel about human rights. And before I introduce our guests, I want to say that we often teach men, as you have said, like Ziti said, we often teach men to hold back tears, to swallow pain, to never show that he's hurting. And when that man grows, when men grow up, when the man grows, the man stops crying. Like Ziti said, because he can't talk, he's ashamed. The society will mock at him because he lost everything. No one worries. If a man loses everything, no man worries. If a woman loses everything, everyone worries. No one rushes to help the man. He doesn't have a voice. That's what we are trying to talk about today. And that is why the theme for today's talk show is the theme of men's rights and human rights is the man I am, the pain I carry from last week. We added the struggle I swallow, the struggle I swallow, and the help I was never given. Let me see if I can type it. So this is the theme of tonight's talk show. The man I am, the pain I carry, the struggle I swallow, the help I was never offered. You see, at bed, as I just played the video, I'm a bit low today, and you can feel it. I played the video at birth. We want our boys and our girls to cry out. But as men, we silence them. We silence them. We don't silence the woman, we silence the men. And it's time we start worrying again. Very important for us to worry about the men who have forgotten how to cry. Okay, let me tell you another story. Last week, I told you a story. I want to tell you another story today. I will be fast, so I will introduce our guests. This story I want to share with you happens in many homes. Once upon a time, there was once a man named Femi. Femi is his name. You see, Femi was not rich. He wasn't, but he was proud of his job. He was a builder. Femi was a builder. One of those men who left home before sunrise and they returned at night time, smelling of cement and sweat. He's a builder, always doing manual work for years. Femi, even if he was not that rich, yet he provided everything his family needed. He paid the rent, he paid school fees, he even supported his wife. When his wife wanted to start a small business, he saved up and he gave her the money to start the business. He was the foundation of the house. He was the foundation of the house. He was silent, he was steady and dependable. Then one day, one faithless day, everything changed. Everything changed for Femi. Listen, Femi fell down. He fell down from the high building he was building. He fell down. Yes, he fell down from his side and he injured his back. He injured his back. He could no longer lift. He could no longer lift heavy blocks. He could no longer carry blocks. He could no longer stand. He couldn't stand for hours. He could only stand for minutes. He couldn't stand for a very long time. He thought it would be temporary. He thought it was a temporary thing. He thought love would cover the gap that money left open because he stopped work. He's not very well. He's not that strong. He stopped work and he was happy. After all, he started a business for his wife. So therefore, the love his wife has for him will cover the gap of the money he couldn't make this period. But as days became weeks, weeks became months, months became years, something else began to break. Yes, Now it's no longer his body. His body was already broken, but his home started to break. I need you to listen, because when we look at our men as ATM machine, we see them as ATM machine. They stop being human. They start being robot. His wife, Fumi, his wife, stopped, stopped. She stopped caring for him. She started avoiding him as if he was some infectious disease. She didn't want him near her. She didn't want him near her. She didn't want to share the same space with him. And she acted as if even his presence was something to be avoided in his own home. In his own home that he built himself with his own hands. He felt like he had become invisible and abandoned, and he was totally alone in his own home. When visitors came to visit, Fumi no longer said, "My husband built this," or "My husband built that." Remember, he was once a builder. Fumi started saying, "These days, I'm the one caring for the family." And each time, Femi smiled. It was a cover-up that he was bleeding inwardly. Like Ziti said, at night time, he sat on the veranda. He sat in front of his house with his thoughts and a bottle of drink. At first, it was just one bottle to calm his mind down. Then later it became 2 bottles, then 3 bottles, 4 bottles, and he started drinking heavily. He wasn't trying to escape. He was just trying to forget. Forget the sound of disrespect. Forget the silence of the lost love. And the ache, his body was still aching. That no longer obeyed him. When the bottles became his only friend, when the bottles of wine, drinks rather, became his only friend, his wife began to avoid him more. Fumi started calling him names. Useless man, failure, you are a liability, stupid drunk. And yet, this same man once built every block of the house she's living in. He once carried everyone's load in the house. Now he was invisible in the very house he built. One evening, as he walked down the street, he passed by a neighbor's house. He saw his neighbor sitting outside with his wife, laughing and sharing stories in the soft evening light. For a moment, Femi just stood. He just stood there, the ache of pain in his chest growing. He remembered that there was a time when his wife used to sit near him, when his home was filled with warmth and laughter. But now, there was only silence and distance. He turned away quickly, stopped looking at his neighbor. He swallowed hard. He was feeling the loneliness settling even deeper. He was lonely. In that moment, Femi realized he had become a stranger in his own home. He missed who he used to be. He missed the sound of being needed by his wife. He missed making love to his wife. He missed making love to his wife. He didn't die. Femi did not commit suicide, but something inside of him died. He's alive, but he's not living. He is alive, but he is not living. He sits there every evening on his veranda, staring into space. A man surrounded by people. He was surrounded by people, but unseen by people. He was not noticed. There are many Femis. There are many Femis walking among us, even listening to this talk show. Men who used to provide, men who used to lead, who used to carry load, who used to laugh, who used to love. But now they live in the shadows of their own homes. They are not dead. They are not dead. But their spirits, they are wounded. They drown quietly in alcohol. They drown quietly in drugs. They drown quietly in cigarettes. They drown quietly in silence. Because no one gives them space to cry. They are told not to cry. They can only cry inwardly. We all say, he's a man. He will be fine. He's not fine. He is not fine, I'm telling you. He's just trained. He was just taught to hide his pain. Our culture tells men that their value begins and ends with what they can provide. So when men stop to provide, when money stops, love stops. When money stops to come in, love stops. That is what the society teaches us. Respect stops. And the man himself starts to disappear. Men are treated like ATM machine. Men are treated like ATM machine. We need to talk about this because men are not made of iron. Men are made of flesh, blood, emotion. Men bleed. They bleed. Cut a man, he will bleed. Hit a man, he will feel pain. They just do it privately. They break. They just do it quietly. A man's right to be respected should not depend on how much he earns. His right to love should not depend on how much he provides. But this is what the society has made of men. His voice disappears. To be heard even when his pockets are empty is impossible. Men's rights are human rights because men too need understanding. Men too need help. Men too deserve kindness. So tonight, I am a woman, but I speak for every man who feels unseen, every man who swallows his pain, so also his children, his wife won't see him cry. Every man who used to be called Odogu, great man, but now hears only silence when he walks into the room. I want us to think about it. Men's rights are human rights. And on that note, I want to call upon our speaker tonight. I want to call upon our speaker. Chintok, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. We're here.
Fantastic. Chintok, can we hear our speaker? Can we hear him? Can you greet the farm members?
Good evening, Nurse Angel, our amiable mother, the Jagaban of in our mind, a woman with impact, impetus, and impulse. I salama for you this evening, ma. Good evening, family members. IOM family like no others. I greet you all. My name is Roger Kasam, a bona fide member of IOM. Tonight, we are taking it up again from where we stopped regarding men's rights, which is human rights, a fundamental freedom and entitlement to everyone, irrespective of age, irrespective of background, irrespective of where you are coming from. And it's a fundamental, universal and inalienable right, meaning it cannot be taken and it cannot be denied. So tonight, I'm going to be speaking and I'm going to be answering questions, not as one that knows it all, not as one that attains it all, not as one that is perfect, but I'm going to be speaking from positive relation, from my position of strength, so that learning and relearning will take place. Thank you. In our mind, always in my mind, my destiny is in my hands. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for coming. And I want to ask you quick questions. First of all, to remind you that the topic we have today is the man I am, the pain I carry, the struggle I swallow, the help I was never offered. I want to ask you, what do you think about this topic? Do you relate as a man? Do you relate with the topic?
Yes. When I saw the topic, I said to myself, as if we've communicated before the topic comes up, because the topic is actually punchy, directly in tandem with things in my heart. So I honestly, no communication that takes place from the admin or from yourself or from anybody.
No, I
but
don't.
When I saw it like that, I said, it seems like we've communicated before this topic is coming up. So I can actually relate with it, and I'm okay with it.
Fantastic. The next question I want to ask you is, I'm not asking you anything personal. I'm asking you a question as a man. You are free to share whatever you want to share with us, but you must be honest, because I don't want you to tell us what is not true. But first of all, as a man, how does it feel when men realize that, like, I know you're a man, when you chase a woman, or when you used to chase your wife, or when you were a young guy, when you talk to a woman, they think you need to take care of them. You need to provide for them. You must feed and provide for me. How do you think, how do you feel about that? That your respect depends on your ability to provide.
Yes. On that ground, I feel it's my responsibility then, because you see, when I used to chase the woman or my wife, let me put it that way, and when it comes to the issue of me reaching out with my money to a woman, I looked at it then as a normal thing, because then there was a little substance at hand. So to extend it is not that problem, more especially love had to go with caring, with some of those things. But when it becomes out of it, I used to say, when it becomes the focus of the relationship, it gets me worried, because at the instance whereby I used to provide to you and I'm not able to provide because of one or two things, I look at it that there should be an understanding that yes, he used to do it, and now that he's not able to do it, it means that he don't have. So when I look at it from that perspective. I see it as that is what's supposed to be done. But reverse is the case, that in an instance whereby you are not able to provide, or you'll be providing, and you're not able to provide, it becomes a problem. It becomes an issue. Yeah, they seems to forget the ones you're able to do, and they lament on the one you're not able to provide. So as a man, when things like that happened, like I see that there is something actually wrong. There's something faulty, because the love should be, this hand should wash this hand should wash this hand. It shouldn't just be that the money should be the focus of the relationship. Thank you, man.
Thank you. I'll be reading. I didn't want to jump into reading comments from the family members, but there is a comment that has been repeatedly posted by Zitis. Let me read it. I think I tagged the two. So Zitis said that there was a boy, a young boy, who committed suicide by hanging himself, all because of maltreatment from his mother. I saw it, I pinned it. Zitis also added, even that particular boy, he posted on his social media that he is tired of this world, but no one gives him a proper response. The next thing we had after the post was his death by hanging. On that note, let me ask you, do you think, this question I asked you last week, but because of what Zitis posted, I want to ask you again, do you think that men are not taking, men's need are not taken seriously, just like the woman's need? What do you think about that? Because we know that men are 3 times highly likely to commit suicide than women, because women have a lot of groups and support everywhere, but men don't. And with what Zitis said, what do you think about the fact that when a man is calling for help, people either ignore him, shush him, or don't respect him? And when he dies, people start crying. What do you think about that?
Yes. Seriously, I feel pained, because I have such experience too. Life, this life, everybody have his own experience, but you see, this very quick one is very, very important, and I want to address it head on, because when in this society that we live, especially here, men needs are not taken up hard the way they take that of a woman, because they look at the man as being Superman, or I don't know where they placed him. So when such need comes up, they tend to consider woman first. For example, myself, there are a series of issues at heart which need attention, which need help, which need to be given cognizance. But most times, when you cry it out or when you say it out, it becomes a thing that people will use against you. And it becomes a thing that somebody will use to castigate you. So we tend to keep it at heart, even when the potential and even when the ideas you have is there, that you actually need a particular help so that you can actually forge ahead. Attention will not be given. But you see, they will be giving it if a woman and a man is in the same line looking for such help, you find out that there is that compassion for the woman. And we are talking about human rights. If we're talking about human rights, I think what is good for the ghost is good for the gender, because woman, she's living, man is living. So I feel pained. The question is as if you're just even asking me directly that in my own stance, how do I feel? I feel pain because we don't tend to be given attention. There are issues that is killing us silently. There are issues of the heart that the man cannot open his mouth to shout it. Not because nobody is listening to him, because they will not even give him attention. So on that note, I think I will feel pain. Thank you, ma.
I have a comment from Efosa himself, a man. Efosa said, men's pain, we are taught from childhood not to cry, but to hide our emotion, not to cry, but we are dying inside. How true is what Efosa said, that men's pain are taught from childhood not to cry, that to hide emotion, but we are dying inside as men. How true is that, Roger?
Yes, yes. He put it well. We are actually dying in silence. Just the way I said it. I said there are issues of the heart. You see, for the sake of In Our Mind Talk Show, and for the sake of what I've learned over the years about the page, everything is done plain. Sometimes you even use yourself as an example so you can buttress the point for us to understand certain things.
I do that. Yes.
And I said that is a very good learning process, because you see it will give us a good ground so that we can be able to actually share our experiences too, so that some people will actually learn and we too will relearn. We die in silence. I tell you the truth, Nurse Angel, because there are issues of the heart. For instance, I don't want to let it just be like I digress, but let me put it straight up so that I can address the question. As I speak to you now, as I speak to family members now, I want to inform the family members formally that I'm not much together with my wife. My wife has packed out of the house and left me. And in this kind of scenario, I didn't find it funny at all, because it has not been part of my dream. It has not been part of the planning I had for this year. Our planning for this year, we put it down. There are things we put to achieve. This one is not part of it. And this one is just coming. In this kind of scenario, I tell you, from 2 months back, I've not gotten it easy at all. In fact, you see, it's that very issue succeeded in pulling so many things away from me, because as a human, I'm a human. Imagine a part of you leave you. You must be worried. Even you are the builder like the wall of Jericho. You must feel the pain. I feel the pain to my bone marrow. It has destabilized my thinking. It has destabilized my focus. It has just made me look stupid on the street, because at the part of when this thing happened, I became the talk of the area. Anywhere I pass, people give me names. I receive so many names that is not my own. But during those times, the only thing that kept me going is the encouragement we've been getting from this very platform. I tell you, Nurse Angel, when they said, when they are giving a story about that person that killed himself, it's just because of the knowledge I have and the understanding that I have in me that I cannot kill myself. If not, it would have reached that level. Because I tell you, it has not actually been easy. Till it's just now that I'm even coming out from it, because it has not actually been easy. And when I put it side by side, I reason it very, very well, looking at what prompts this kind of action to me. I weigh it, I look at it, humanly weighing, I weigh it from all angles. I look at it that there's nothing that can actually prompt this kind of a move, because I had to judge myself first. What have I done that will necessitate this kind of move? I asked myself certain questions. Do I humanize? I said no. Do I used to beat my wife? I say no. Do I used to provide? I say yes, no. Because the yes, no is, there is no how I will have it and I will not bring it to the table. I used to bring it to the table according to the quantum of my strength. And if I don't have, my woman supports me. I said, I put all the reasons on the table. I couldn't actually find the reason why this happened to me, because it pushed some names to my wall. Like up till now, I'm telling you, it has not been funny. So when this question of issues of the heart, some issues that actually kill men, yes. So I'm just living, I'm working. Most of the time I'm working, I'm in a workplace, I'll be working, my thinking will just be deluding in what is happening in the house. Even at the workplace, they notice it in my behavior, because they know me. They just feel like something is wrong with this man. And it's not something you can just go and be saying it, because it has caused me shame. It has cost me ridicule. It has cost me so many names on the street that I don't even deserve. So why am I saying this? We're talking about some issues that men feel. I'm telling you, men are carrying load. I want to go further by saying, in as much as I'm saying this, I love Gloria so much. I love my wife so much. But when this thing happened, it speaks volumes to me. Initially, when I heard about the move, that my wife she collected the house, she want to move, I came home. I called my wife in the night. I sat her down. I said, "Oh, this is what I'm hearing. Is it true?" She kept quiet. I asked her, I said, "Is it true?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Where did you collect house?" She told me different place, not the place she packed to. So I now said, "We are living together. We've been living together. We are together now. We are planning this kind of thing. You didn't tell me." Like, she gave me attitude. I've been receiving attitude from the day IOM hosted me, my last talk show. I've been receiving attitude, series of attitude. I try to create communication. I try to do what is right, but I've not been given the needed attention. So I asked her. She told me that she wants to stay on her own. And I said, "Do you want to part with me, or what? I don't understand. You want to stay on your own." Hello, ma. Are you with me?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. "I don't understand. You want to leave me." She said, "Yes, she's tired." I said, "Tired of what?" I said, "It's not part of our bargain." I said, "Remember, we started the joining together. When this joining started, nobody is there. We started this joining alone with you. We've passed through many valleys. We've crossed rivers, desert places we've known. Now that we are in our home shop, that we are even seeing that the life is getting better, then you are telling me that you want to leave me." I said, "Just tell me that you didn't love me from the inception. I'll agree. But if you tell me you love me from the inception, and now you're telling me you want to pack, you didn't actually tell me the reason why you want to pack." So I now beg her. I was in the mood of begging my wife for a month plus. Sometimes in the night, I'll wake her, I will do heart-to-heart talk with her, beg her, make sure I was trying to just do the right thing. Let me just try to control the situation. And it reached a point where I actually think maybe I've actually controlled the situation, not knowing that she has her own plan in her mind. I went to work particular evening, I came back to the house, and I came back after 6. I saw my door. They just tied my door through the back door. I go through the back door. When I opened the door, I saw the kitchen empty. I saw the bedroom scattered. I saw the parlor. My neighbors now followed me in. So I understand immediately that something happened. I didn't see her things. I didn't say, I said, "Okay, my wife has moved." So not to actually act before the people's eye, I just behave as if, okay, it's well. I now say, okay, I tell everybody to just go out. I said, just go out. When they went out, I went to my parlor, I knelt down, I prayed. After I prayed, I sat down. I was crying in my heart, because I knew that something has happened that, man, it's not going to be easy. That very night, I traced her step. I followed her. I said, "You still move on, even when you are the one that served me the pap I take this morning. We talked this morning. There's no any arrangement on the ground, like you want to move. So you outsmart me and you still move." I said, "Oh, me, I don't have much to tell you, but whatsoever you're looking for, may God give you." I said, "I pray that God should help us in this challenging moment." And I asked her about the kids. She now said the kids will be with her. So I now came back to the house. Before I returned home, I asked her, I said, "Did you tell your parents?" Because I didn't just meet her on the road and marry her. Her parent knows me. We are from the same village. We are from the same place. Gloria knows me to my house. I know her to her house. There's nothing hidden about me to Gloria. There's nothing hidden about Gloria to me. And there's nothing that you don't know about my family. There's nothing I don't know about family. So I asked her, did you tell your parents? She said, no. You didn't tell my parents. She told one of my mom's sister. My mom's sister is trying even to talk to her that she shouldn't do, she waved it off. So why am I saying this, Nurse Angel? As I'm talking to you, I'm still pained. Like, I'm pained because part of me has left me. And this part of me that I'm talking about is not as if I don't have my own shortcomings, the way I'm narrating to you, like I'm standing straight. No, but I look at it that the reason why we are staying together and the love we share together is beyond whatsoever issues or reasons she's giving me for leaving me. Needless to say, there are times that when we are in this very journey, I've done things that even the Gloria can attest to it, that I've actually make her proud. I've done things that she herself need me, that I've stood my ground. So I look at it that now that is not actually too funny with me. Whatsoever reasons you want to give for you leaving to my house, why not sit down, let's iron it and move on than doing this kind of a thing to me? So I answer it directly like this, and I bring it out because the question require me to say it out, because if I didn't address it head on, it will just look like I didn't actually answer that question. As I'm talking to you, Nurse Angel, it's not funny with me. There are things that I cannot open my mouth to say on this very talk show because we have knowledge gap. Sometimes there are things you might say here that will actually give some people different thinking. So there are things I cannot actually say, but all I'm trying to say is that men go through some things at times that when they try to share it, even at this thing that happened to me, you know, so many people are still abusing me. So many people don't want to listen to my own side because this very issue is a headline. It has been the headline in the mouth of friends, in the mouth of people around, because imagine we are staying in a community. Me, I'm staying in this house. They know me, I'm staying with my wife. And my wife now went to collect house in the next street that is close to me. What are you telling me? What are you telling the people? You are giving me out to them. You are giving them issues to discuss. And they've been discussing it. It's just that I am just behaving like I'm not worried or like it has not affected me. But man, Nurse Angel, it's not funny. Let me keep it here. Thank you, ma'am.
Um, I wasn't expecting the answer you gave to a question that a fellow man asked, or statement a fellow man did. But Roji, you have really you just exemplified. You just, without knowing, because we ask farm members to indicate interest if they want to come and speak on the man I am, the pain I carry, and the I think I added a couple of things today. The man I am, the pain I carry, the struggles I swallow. I added the struggles I swallow, and the voice or the help I was never offered. This one is the one, yeah. So Roji, I want to go back to the beginning of your statement. I hear you. I see a heartbreak. I feel you. I feel you. You said after appearance, but can you tell us if you are comfortable? Because I like to speak out. Some people are private. Some people don't like speaking out. For me, speaking out is healing. But it depends on you. I'm not going to make you say. I didn't even know you're going to say what you just said. I think maybe you connected with the topic of today. Because when we are talking about figures, people think is maybe stones and grasses. They don't know it's human being. You came today and you poured your soul out online, and you are aware you are being watched online. So I want to say, your wife that you're talking about is a lady I love so much as well. Um, um, the issue you're talking about, I don't believe it started today. I don't believe it started recently, because it takes a long time for even man or woman to make a decision to leave a marriage. Is that correct?
Am I on?
Sorry?
Hello?
Yeah, did you hear my question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I heard your question. It's not, you said it, it's not an issue that actually starts today. But the reason why I said 2 months back is because, marriage, marriage, every home have its own kind of issues. And we, equally with the Gloria, we've been having some series of.
Sorry. Just to stop you a bit. Just to
Okay,
stop you a bit. I want,
okay.
Gloria is not here. One thing I like to do is I like two sides of a story. I never will be able to make a judgment on one side. I'm not going to invite Gloria here. No, I won't do that. Someone already posted here, which I tagged. Sunday Dominic and Sunday Bukola said, we need to start marriage counseling here. And I tagged it. Gloria is not here. I wouldn't want it to be that you have a microphone. She doesn't have a microphone. And you're able to talk and she's not able to defend herself. So I allowed you to speak and we get the gist. Our understanding is that you are separated with your wife currently. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That's fine. So when I say that's fine, I don't mean it's fine. I mean that is noted. So right now, I won't want you to go into many other things, because I like to have a platform where people defend themselves. I don't want you to speak and your story will be taken and hers will not. Um, um, we used to talk about employment, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And we did because of you. When we were talking and I was drawing CV for you, yeah. I know family members don't know this. I was drawing CV for you. I now decided to come online and do a success challenge. Do you know that? It was because of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you gotten a job now?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you working? Go on.
I've gotten a job before the success challenge finished.
Fantastic. Before the success challenge finished, you got a job. That is a testimony, but you didn't say it as okay, you said it. I remember reading it. Now, I want to ask you, because you came live to talk about your story. I will not want you to go deeper, because do you know why I don't want you to go deeper? I already said it. Why do I not want you to go deeper?
Yeah, yes, but you don't want me to go deeper because I'm here speaking for myself, and Gloria is not here.
Period.
Meanwhile,
go on. Go on.
Meanwhile, the reason why I even brought it direct like that is something that one of those things that men go through.
Yes.
And my heart is paining me.
That's why I allowed you to speak. That was exactly why I allowed you. I didn't want to stop you because it is healing for you. And I must say this to you. I heard you, and I'm going. It's so hard for me, Roger. It's hard for me But I'm going to bring out time for you. Let me tell you something you need to know. This world is not a fair place. You need to
Mm.
know that. You need to know that. I see people talking about man must provide, man, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Do you know why? I blame the society. You see, like you are hurting and you just cry inwardly. I perceive an inward cry. I don't blame you. I blame the society. You were trained not to cry, to be a man. Because you said when that happened, people were there. You wanted to be strong. You want even when, like you said, half of you, including your children, your better half, if it's how the white man puts it, your better half left with your children. So not just half of you. I think your better half is half. Your children is another half. Almost all of you left, but you still decided to be a man. Don't cry. Well, you are dying. That means, did you connect with the story I told?
Yes, I connect. I connect. When you are giving the story, I connect immediately.
And this, I didn't know your story when I gave this story because it's story of Femi. And I said there are many Femi walking on the street. And you just said, yes, you connect with Femi. Because last week's story, Chuka committed suicide. And today, someone just said that a boy committed suicide online. But I said, Femi didn't. He's alive, but he's not living. Is that how you're feeling?
Yes, yes. I told you, I said, it's even now that I'm even coming out of the shop and everything. When it was new then on me, it's not funny. Like seriously, I cannot quantify the extent of the pain. But I know what I went through. I know what I went through. I know what happened to me psychologically, emotionally. I know what I faced.
All right. I want to say this to you, or rather, um, you are so heavenly burdened, yeah? But let's be honest, Roji, I don't want to blame you. I don't want to point fingers at you. It is easy for society to condemn the condemned.
Yes,
It's easy. Our society, we condemn the condemned. We victimize the victimized. Roji, I'm not saying here,
yes, ma'am.
I'm not coming here to say that you're a straightforward man. No, I won't say that because I don't know that. But I hear a cry for help. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, ma'am.
I will help you.
Yes, ma'am.
I will help you.
Thank you.
Even when I don't have the chance, I'm not helping you to come back to your marriage. I'm not
Yes,
promising
ma'am.
you that because
Yes,
I
yes,
may
ma'am.
not have, I don't know what has gone through the bridge. I am not in your marriage. But let me say this to you. I know today's topic is the man I am, the pain I carry, the struggles I swallow, and the help I was never given. However, I want to say that just like a lot of people find it difficult to talk about men, they don't want to help men because they say it's a man's world. Men have it all. Men are the head of the family. Men are the this, men are the that. I say to them, you're talking about top men. You're talking about men that have made it all. There are so many men like yourself, like Femi, like Chuka. There are many, in fact, majority, 90% men are like Femi. And these men need support, just like women. In Nigeria these days, check it out. A lot of women are doing better. Some women are doing better than their husbands. People don't want to say, I repeat, even Nigeria today, some women are doing better than their husbands. Some women are doing as good as their husbands. Some women are doing better than their husbands. Does that mean those men should go and commit suicide? But let's flip the table. Let's flip the table. I'm not here to talk about to support any individual, because I'm a woman and I'm a woman's woman. I must tell you that. But I'm also a woman man, or a man's woman, or a woman's man. I am. I know that men are commonly looked upon. I have done a lot of samples with our farm members. I remember those days. I would say, man and woman, who should provide? Man. I'm like, are you crippled? Are you disabled? Don't you have hands? Because the society has taught the woman to depend on the man. I brought my daughter here to talk, and my daughter said, a lot she said. And she said, I can't even remember, but she was trying to say that we need relearning. We need to relearn, because herself, she's providing for herself, and she's not dependent on a man. She will meet a man if she chooses to, and they will have relationship, but she will be depending and feeding herself and contributing when she builds a family if she chooses to. It's not a dual, it's not a must. I'm not expecting anything. Let her choose what she wants. The society, I try to train my children outside the societal norms and value, because a lot of them is suppressing and depressing. Myself, I have 2 grown boys. Yesterday, I danced with my last child, my last son, my last child. I didn't train him to allow the woman to. My last son looks after himself. He doesn't need a woman to look after him. I'm not trying to compare you and my children. I'm trying to say that the society have really killed a lot of our boys and girls. They quote the Bible, and I ask them, do you tell the Bible? Does the Bible, Quran, do they know how many men and women have killed themselves because of the rules? It's not easy. The society is a tough one, and the tough gets going. No one is saying the man should not work. We are saying everybody should support each other. We are all human. I am the last person that will say that my husband should provide for me. Why should he do that? I expect both man and woman, if we call equality, if we ask for equality, equality is not a woman. Equality is equality for human beings, both men and women. Both of us, myself and husband, we are in this marriage as partners. It's partnership. I'm not in the marriage for me to become crippled and for him to provide for me. I'm in the marriage with a voice. It's a partnership. I provide, he provides. We put it together and boom, we grow with love and respect. My husband respects me and I respect him. I don't depend on him. He doesn't depend on me. We come together to support one another. It's not a dependent thing. Therefore, as I'm providing and he's providing, If by faithless chance I become injured or he becomes injured, I won't push him away to say, you're supposed to provide, because it is partnership. If he's injured, like the Bible we are quoting said, in sickness and in health, for better, for worse, in good and in bad. That does not mean beating. For in sickness and in health, till death do us part, means if my husband or myself suddenly becomes sick or an accident happens, in sickness and in health, we should be together. That is what we made a vow in the church for. If there is struggle, economy is bad, and my husband loses his job, or I lose my job, the same vow we took in church said, for better, for worse, for better, for worse. People misunderstand better or worse as if he beats me, I should still agree for no, that is not. There is no place the Bible or the vow says to be abused. The vow says to take I want to check the vow. And I'm not asking anybody to be in any marriage they don't want to be in. No, I won't say that. That's why I said I will help, but the help is not to get somebody to do what they don't want to do. I won't be able to do that. Let me see. Oh God, what's this? Marriage vow. Marriage vow. In I take thee to be my. Let me see if it will write it for me. So, all right. So, oh dear me. Okay, I hope this is the marriage vow. I just saw something on Facebook. I hope it's the marriage vow. It said, you put your name, take thee, you call their name, to be my wedded husband or wife, to have and to hold. From this day forward, for better, for worse. I want to explain. For better, for worse is in difficulty, under the rain and in the sun, when things happen, the economy, in times of crisis, when there is war, when there are things, worse times, worse economy, worse situation. For richer, for poorer, for richer, for poorer. Even if you're rich, or even if something happens and you become poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do us part. So, as long as the issues you're discussing is covered under the marriage vow, I try to understand. I repeat, for riches, for poorer. So if circumstances happen and he becomes poor, as long as he's trying his best, like I remember working with Roji to get his job, and I'm happy to hear he said he's got his job. Even if it's for riches, for poorer, in sickness and in health, for better, for worse, circumstances, crisis, societal issue, wartime, riots, demonstration, we should be together as husband and wife. I am not going to support anything outside this, because If you are, which you said you're not, someone that beats the wife or abuses, because abuse does not necessarily mean raising your hand on a woman. It could be verbal abuse, financial abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, and whatnot. We won't go into that much. I want to say, if that is the case, I try to remove my hand because I will not want to be in a marriage where I'm abused. There is nowhere I read it in the marriage vow. It did not say in abuse circumstance. No, I won't be there. And I will not support anybody to be in a marriage that they are being abused. I will not do that. However, um, like I asked, I don't even know. A lot of the questions I asked from what you said pertains to you because I asked and I said, man and woman who need support, emotional support. They say woman, no, woman need less or man need less rather. But listening to you, I think you need emotional support, which is something I'm offering you. That's what I'm offering you. I read a lot of comments and I see people say, man must provide, man must provide. Nobody said man should not provide. You see, when you're talking like that, I don't understand. Nobody said woman should not provide. What we are saying is, in difficult circumstances, the man I just talked about, Femi is his name, I know him personally. I know him personally. In fact, I will tell you a story of my husband's friend. My husband's friend here in the United Kingdom. I will look for his, I think I threw away the burial book. This guy was a nurse before my husband and myself. He's rich, generally speaking. He built hotel and houses in Nigeria. He has a lot of money. He has a lot of money. He works agency, as a nurse here in UK, they don't pay much, but if you do agency work, you get lots of money. So he has a lot of money. He was working so hard and he developed sickness. He became ill. Chinedu, 1 minute. Let me call my husband. This is important. I hope the camera won't follow me. I'll leave the stage for a minute, please. Chinedu. Chinedu. Yeah, Chinedu, please. He just came back from work. Sorry, please. Sorry, I just hijacked you. What's that your friend's name? Is your brother? What's his name? Chika. When did he die?
March.
March of this year. He's the one that helped you to become a nurse.
He made me become a nurse.
And talk about him. Anything you want to say about him that I could.
His talk has got nothing to do with what this man is saying.
No, I'm talking about someone that had money and he became sick and he lost everything.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
That is it. Yeah.
He was very rich. He's wealthy, not just rich. He has lots of properties. He has everything. He has about 3 houses here in the UK. He's doing very well. He's a band 7 nurse, and he just died. He got sick. And
he got sick and he was hospitalized for a very long time.
For a very, very long time.
That's all I need from you. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Close the door for me, please. I'm sorry, I just hijacked. I heard the door open. He just came back. He's still on his uniform. He walked in on a good time. So you heard him. He had a lot of money. I know him. He's my husband's relative because he's from the same village with him. He's the one that made him to become a nurse because he was, like he said, wealthy. I don't know about that, but I know he has money. He had money. You see, when we talk, you think I'm lying. I will talk about his story the next time. So this guy had money. He became hospitalized. He was in hospital for a long time. He became disabled almost. And this is a guy that has a lot of properties in Nigeria. He built hotels, houses, and he became sick. What happened? Are you going to say he must provide? He died in the end. He was in hospital for almost 2 years, back and forth, back and forth. For almost 2 years, I may be wrong, but for a very long time before he died. We should learn. It's not about penis and vagina. You know, when I say this, people feel, oh, why you? It's not about, I don't understand. When we talk about human rights, equality, if it's a woman, the society will teach the man to support. If it's a man, the society will tell the woman not to support. I repeat, if it's a woman that is not working, that lost the job, the society will tell the man to support. If it's a man that lost the job, the society will tell the woman not to support. Is it good? Is it good? It is not good. You see, Roger could be one of those men we talked about that hanged himself. He said it here. He nearly did. That is because of his attendance to or being a fan member in IOM that he's still standing, that he started coming out. Roger.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to say this. Number one, you've got a job, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Like I said, I don't know the issue you have with your wife. For you to get a job and for her to still live, it may be beyond the job. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. The just like the way you put it, if I have understanding of why she left, she keep on pointing at my past for me. She keep on lamenting on the past. If I'm talking the future, she's talking the past. So fantastic. Just the way you rightly said, I love it when you said you are not coming per se to actually make it work by force. But I understand you perfectly when I said I actually need help, and you said you will help me. I think you get to the root of the issue, because right now, if I actually tell you that this is the reason why my wife left, maybe it be diverting. But I remember vividly, I was on the talk show in IOM. That are bitter truths that I'm able to attest to them head on. And there is nothing that could be more, because there's nothing new issues, nothing. I said you will get to the root of the issue maybe when we get started. Thank you, ma'am.
Fantastic. I want to say that this is my beloved sister in whom I'm well pleased. She said the man must provide for his family. I don't know. We are still tying. She said the man must provide for the family. The woman should support. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. This is the same mentality that is destroying the society. Um, I don't know why the man must provide and the woman must support. I think the man and the woman must provide. You see, when we talk of equality, we don't even know what equality is. We talk of equality, we don't know what equality is. If you're talking about equality and you say man provide, woman support, what does that mean? That is inequality in the highest order. Lucia, Lucia has done. Lucia will become Los Angeles. Los Angeles. What does the admin? Chintok, what do you call it? Los Angeles quote. I've been awaiting. It's she. So I am heartbroken, I must say, because I become heartbroken when it affects the family members. Many things would have spoiled if not for IOM show. Wow. Onyekachi. Wow. Wow. So I want to say this. I'm happy to say that you're talking of future. She's talking of the past. That is why I said, because you currently hold a job. I'm sorry, I think there is a lot of noise from your background. Chintok, stop the noise from the background. Because you currently hold a job, I think there is more to it than just the job. I repeat, if that's the case, why are we talking about gender equality? Thank you very much. Nango, thank you. So let me see. My sweetest of all her sister have posted again. She says she has been living with you for some years now. Listen to her, you will get to understand. Yeah. So that's different from what she typed earlier. Okay, so I want to say, Roger, I have a lot of questions I wanted to ask you, but you just you just broke the hearts. As I said, I had some emotional torture. I feel you're like Femi. You're alive, but you're not living. You're dying slowly inside. So I'm going to give you that emotional support and help you heal. Then see if there is anything that can come out of it. I'm not going to promise to a kind of reconnect you with your wife. It's something you will do by yourself. I will only support you to be, emotionally, and also signpost you to places where we can get emotional support and well-being, so you will be strong, like Nos Angel. You'll be strong like Aki, and you will not go and do the unthinkable. I don't want you to do the unthinkable because you have lovely wife and children that you want to also connect with. So we will support you. I will touch in talk to give you my rota. So anytime, even if it's 1 minute, I can give to you. I think we've done something similar like this before, isn't it? But on a different note, on getting a job, isn't it? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma. I'm hearing you, ma.
Yeah. So did you hear what I said?
I didn't hear the last thing you said. That's why I didn't answer you.
I said we support you, even if it's 1 minute of my time. I'll give to you to see how we can, because I came to ask questions, but with what you said, it has changed the whole dimension of the talk show because I'm human and I'm sensitive as well to your own needs and aspiration. Can I ask you a question? I'll just ask you maybe one or two quickly. Yeah. Many men feel that they have to stay silent because you said you just decided to speak. Many men feel they need to stay silent about their pain. Yeah. What made you decide to speak up today? What made you decide to speak up today about your own pain? Because you said, like we always observe, that you've been inside, dying inside of you, not living, crying in quiet time. What made you decide to speak up today, Roger?
What makes me to speak out today, just the way we started the talk show, I mentioned earlier that we need to learn. We are learning and we are relearning in ION every day. And when I was chunked with this very issue, I was silent about it myself, keeping the issue in my heart. But there are issues that you don't need to keep them. Yeah. Most times and sometimes, problem shared is halfway solved.
True.
Sometimes what I do personally myself, I submit to superior knowledge, and I submit to constructive argument or constructive solutions. So when this question just pop up from your side, just the way we've learned in ION, like yourself, from distance, I've learned a lot. There are issues that are not actually secrets, but people will call it secret. Like this very issue. Yeah. To someone, you will feel maybe I'm exposing my family online. But I know where to draw the line, because this is not more secret again. This is issues that need attention, that need serious help.
I agree.
And except you choose to die in your foolishness, you will keep mute. But when you know what you are doing and you know the family you are connected to, you speak up. And I speak up with confidence because I know the family I'm connected to. I'm saying this so that other family members should learn. Normally, marriage is not for children. There are so many issues in marriage, and I am happy that I'm using myself as an example, and it's coming up in this form. But I trust ION. That is why I had to speak out, because I can't just keep it inside me and just keep worrying myself and dying with it. But even now that I speak, even from the part of some things you said now, I've had little liberate. I've had little insight, as in I feel strengthened. Sometimes most of the issues we face in life, it's not as if these problems will kill us, but we just need a word. Sometimes we just need a word, somebody that understands you, like what you said. If I submit this issue to somebody now, because so many people called me, so many people said so many rubbish things, which is not something to register in my heart because it's not making meaning. But because when you bring a problem to somebody, instead of the person to give you a solution, the person will just deviate completely. So when we started the program, I've said it already, and I thank God that we're coming here now. Thank you.
All right. I can't wait to say to you that Vicky said, I love your courage to speak up. At least you are a bit relieved now. And that the IOM said you are correct. I hope it's you he's talking to. Even Nangok said, you're so intelligent, sir. I hope they're referring to you. And I think there's one I pinned. Let me see. There's one I pinned. Chinaza said, That's why it's partnership, and everything should be done in agreement and love, not based on entitlement and culture. I have another question I want to ask you, which is, Roji, what would, because I've, okay, there is a question, there's something I pinned at the early onset, and from Khadija Mohammed. Khadija Mohammed said, men we get sense, na them need emotional support. I don't understand. Men we get sense. I don't think I want to read more, but let's read. Men we get sense. Now them need emotional support. Oh. Cause how you want to give man where they give you upper and down court emotional support. Okay, that's a man beating the wife. DFM said, my mommy supported my dad, but my dad didn't just have the understanding to limit his struggles. He just focused on what the world will say. That is where the problem starts. You see, when people think about, I don't think I care less. Let them say. I don't care about what the world will say, because when you die, they will even laugh at you. So the last question I want to ask you is, a lot of people are commenting on the comment section. I've not been opportuned to read every part of the comments or every comment they have written, but I want to say to you, what will you say to the women? Now for women, what will you say to women and families that are watching and listening to the program? What will you say to them to help them understand the importance of what the men's struggle are as well, and how to stand by their men? What will you say to women? Because, like we know, men hardly speak, and that is why they are 3 times more likely to commit suicide than women. So what will you say to them of the importance of understanding and standing with their men in terms of difficulty?
Okay, I want to advise the women and those hearing us and watching us online that we must understand that first and foremost, marriage is commitment and understanding. Marriage is commitment. There is no any line that I am perfect. This person is perfect. So we should understand that the reason why you're going into it is not tied to the perfection, but is tied to I agree to stay with this person, knowing fully well that we are going to grow up together. And please, I want to advise women. We must understand that our husbands, we have equal rights with the man we are calling as our husband, because you see, this very issue we're discussing is tied to the topic that we started last week.
Yeah.
We must understand again that via the cultural knowledge we have, the society we are living, societal influence, and what we learn, we shouldn't allow it to so much carry us away. We must understand that it's our collective efforts that would make the marriage to work, not the man as a superman. Because there are issues that some men go through which they cannot actually relate it to the women. Sometimes some of these issues, they stop men from coming home when they're supposed to come home. Sometimes some of these issues, they make men not even give their full productivity. That is, it kills their morale. It makes them feel demoralized. They cannot be able to function in their full capacity because they are already chumped with issues. even when they go to workplace, their mind is not stable. Women should understand that they are helpmeets. They are helpmeets to their man. So it shouldn't just cut across when there is an issue alone. When it's good, it should be that we are together. And when it's not good, it should be that we are together. It shouldn't only be when it's good, then we are laughing, we are celebrating, everywhere is fine. But when it's bad, you turn to the man and blame the man. Then one of the reasons I think that culminated to majorly to my issue, I think there is communication gap. Communication is key in marriage, in relationship. I see that as a clear-cut point that there should be communication, open communication, effective communication, because for two to actually work together, we must agree. So we must communicate effectively with our husband. There are ways to even go about some of these issues. It doesn't have to be nagging and fighting all the time. When you stay with somebody for 1, 2, 3 years, there are things that you must have studied about the person. Even there are things that when the person is doing that is wrong, there are approaches that you can give to the person that the person will feel happy even when you are correcting him or correcting her. So women should understand that a home can never stand. If a woman said a home will not stand, it will not stand. But if a woman said a home will stand, it will stand. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much for your word of advice. To add to what you said, if a man, it takes two. I need you guys to know this. It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. One cannot build a home by themselves. It takes two to tango. So if a woman, like Roger said, a home will not stand, it won't stand, according to Roger. But I say, if a man or a woman says a home will not stand, it won't stand. If a man says a home will not stand, that home will not stand. If a woman says a home will not stand, that home will not stand. Because the man can pack and go. The woman can pack and go. The man can decide to stay. The woman can decide to stay. It takes two to tango. Thank you very much, Roji. As I said, I will be working with you to see how we can give you emotional support. I think that's what you need, because we need you to continue to keep standing. Because the people we talked about, they are not figures, they are not numbers, they are humans. And we'll help you as our own, because we want you to come out of it bigger and better than you are. And on that note, thank you, Chintalk. Please, can you go back to the Facebook page so we can dance our closing dance? Thank you. Chintalk, thank you. It's not singing.
man is not playing. My friend, they say you know they. I ask them where you go. You go also for Ghana. The best to go, but the best to go. I feel my friend. I will not to let go. I see ya. But they get this and maybe. I see my family and me. Cannot die you. I'm coming back. Cannot die inside. You get it fair. Okay, it's are you watching the Canada? It's never happened here. But just bear with me. I want a guy in China. I want a guy in America. I want a man in London. It's a easy. What
Yes, if any name woke. This song is good. It says, if any woke. What it means is everything is the man. Everything is the man. Man will take care of the wife. Man will take care of the girlfriend. Man will take care of the sister. Man will take care of the brother. Man will take care of the father. Man will take care of the mother. Man will take care of the mother-in-law. I know women also do, but today we are talking about the man. So we need to learn, and having heard our own family member what he's going through, we need to have an open mind to also put ourselves in their shoes. I'm not supportive of his own story. I'm not saying his story is here and amen. I told him that he had the microphone. We just heard him. We didn't hear the wife. So I'm not going to make any judgment or any decision based on one-sided story. I don't do that. And I will not start it now. But what I know is I heard his pain. I heard his pain. And because of that, we are going to support him. We don't want anybody to die in on our platform. No, this page is a mental health page. Men also need emotional support, and that is what we are going to give to our brother Roji. And I want to say, it's very important to speak up, very important to cry out, scream, cry, complain, cry. You cried at bed. If you don't cry at bed, they will hit you, pat you. You saw what happened until you cry. It's important to cry. Otherwise, you will be heaping things. You will be carrying pain in your heart. And that pain in your heart, one day you may not be able to bear it anymore. Your family loves you, even if they are not showing you. So cry out, speak out, cry, even if they don't hear. Continue to cry. One day, one person will hear your cry. Please, the man I am, the pain I carry, the struggles I swallow, and the help I never got is real. Let us all support our men. And on that note, I will say, in our mind, is always in my mind, and my destiny is definitely in my hands, and so is yours. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye bye. I love you. Bye.